Steve White on the Rural Radio Network. The barns at Fonner Park were built for moments like this, the final drive at the State Fair. Since 2010, the Big Red Barns have also helped turn Grand Island into a livestock destination. The community has hosted the biggest junior national livestock shows from across the country. Economists say those events bring in millions annually. However, Fonner Park CEO Chris Kachulak says putting on livestock shows is costing more than they bring in.
I don't want to create hysteria, but there's a professional courtesy to these shows who are booked down the road from us, where if we don't foresee that we have the wherewithal to host these shows, I must start contacting those shows and suggesting they look elsewhere. That's something I don't want to have to do.
Kachulak says security, equipment, bedding, and labor costs add up. And unlike facilities in surrounding states, Grand Island doesn't receive operational subsidies to offset those expenses. He calls this a crisis point.
Fonner Park has been left with the bill. The security forces, they're being paid. Fonner Park is paying ourselves last. There's nothing left to pay Fonner Park from the Gilka resources.
At the same time, competition is growing. The National Western Stock Show recently debuted its new livestock complex in Denver. Kansas City also has big plans, and South Dakota, too, has built new livestock facilities. As those pop up, in many cases they are supported by public funding, dollars Fonner Park does not have. Kachulak argues he can't keep it up without new revenue.
We need that leadership from state, county, and city to get behind us with the realization that we can't afford to lose these shows.
That brought Kachulak to the Grand Island City Council, asking to help bridge the gap. Grand Island Mayor Roger Steele said the issue in his mind is whether or not the city has the legal authority to write a check to Fonner Park.
It's going to depend upon a legal opinion on what we can do or not do. But again, nobody disputes the fact that Fonner Park is a great asset for the city of Grand Island, and that livestock shows are a great benefit to the city of Grand Island.
Livestock shows are not a core municipal function under state law. Steele says any solution would need to be narrowly tailored and likely temporary. Business leader Will Armstrong says Fonner Park risks losing livestock shows, something he fears would damage Grand Island's standing as a destination for these events.
Grand Island is so lucky to have those buildings on our campus here in town to host those shows, but it's a reality that there are more competitors now building buildings just as nice as ours. And so while ours are awesome, they're getting older and there's more competition for these shows. And if we choose to let these shows go, even for a couple of years, they're not coming back.
Tourism officials say it's more than the events. It's about upkeep of the massive buildings. If they can't find a way to bridge the funding gap, Fonner Park CEO Chris Kachulak says he may soon have to tell national organizations to start looking elsewhere. Tourism leaders don't want to do that, as Grand Island has one of the few venues that can host these events, a location in the center of the country in a town that's easy to navigate with modern facilities, just a couple of stoplights off the interstate. City leaders call this a beginning of the conversation, not the end. And for the community to maintain its status as a livestock hub, it will likely take multiple partners pulling in the same direction. Reporting for the Rural Radio Network, I'm Steve White.